the point system has been a little bit of a talk here. We mentioned it last week that that sounded like they were talking real hardcore about relegation, 49th and worse, and that it's going to be a hard line. Even if Brooks Koepka finds his way to 50th, he's out, which is probably not true, but they're trying to give it a hard line at the relegation. Do you believe that a fair point system eliminates the person who finishes 25th, which is better than half the league, if they finish 25th every single event, and somebody else finishes like 7th in one event and finishes last in every other event and gets enough points to not get relegated? Like Anthony Kim finishes 7th in one event, finishes last the rest of the season. 7th place gets you like, I don't know what it gets you. It gets you like 8 points, maybe 12 points, something like that. 12 points should probably keep you out of relegation, I think. So is that fair if somebody finishes 25th every single event and one person finishes last every event, but it has one good week?
Let me tell you something. That term is used by people that can't come to terms with their own inadequacies, okay? The only people that whine about what's fair or not are the people that feel like they're getting fucked. Winners don't have conversations about what's fair or not because they fucking win.
You're right.
If you have a thought,
Winners go home and fuck the
where
prom queen.
that's right, classic Sean. So what it really boils down to, if you talk about like, oh well, this fair. Listen, nothing is completely fair. You're never going to get a system that is 100% fair across the board because what's fair or not is a matter of perspective. Okay.
I agree with that. Is there a better way to divvy up the points? Say a larger portion of the field gets points, or is 24 the right number, meaning 30 players get nothing and only 24 get a piece of the pie?
I mean, so often in golf, right? When you get to a certain point in the leaderboard, one stroke
Yeah.
is the difference. So in my very humble opinion, there's no way to make it anything better than that, right? Like how are you going to make like that? It's quite literally just one stroke difference. So like that's all you need to do to get some points. So just fucking hit it better one time.
Fucking play better.
Yeah, just fucking play better. Exactly.
Listen, this is not my take. I think
Oh,
that
there's 100% your take. You are just like you're drowning in tears of the possible relegated. Like, who cares? Get some water wings. Float to the top. I don't know what to tell you. Play better golf.
all right, well, let's talk about the guys who are in the relegation zone right now. Brandon Grace should have been relegated last year. Mito Pereira, trash.
Yeah,
You've
it's terrible.
been Jang, he's been god awful. Lee Westwood, last leg. Anthony Kim,
That whole
enough
team
said.
needs to be relegated.
Enough said. And then the jet trip guy that Cleeks signed in the offseason has been abysmal. Third, fucking 54th, 43rd, 30th, first. I mean, nothing to complain about there if any of these guys get cut from the league. Some guys who are kind of like hovering right around the border. Brendan Steele has 1 point. Andy Ogletree has less than 3. Matt Jones has 3. Poulter has 4. Would you make an
Jones is
exception?
horrible this year.
Would you make Cheech? Would you make an exception for any of those players if they fell below 49 or stayed below 49 in this case?
No, I mean, like I said, I like Steele, I like Jonesy, but if they don't have enough points, they gotta go. I think they have to change the rules. Like, God,
There's 10 people in the drop zone. 5 of them have played every single event. So there's that. I mean, Wade Ormsby has only played 2 events, right? Fucking Young Han Song has only played 1 event. So honestly, this list should be fucking longer, right? Because Brandon Steele, Andy Ogletree, Matt Jones, Ian Poulter, and Luis
Massive
Masaveu, all of them should be in the drop zone too, right? Why are we counting guys that stand-ins that have only played onesies, twosies, maybe 3 events? This bullshit. Those guys aren't necessarily in the drop zone. They haven't played enough events to qualify as needing to be in the drop zone, right? But these guys that I just mentioned have all played in all of the events.
No, and this would be my only tweak, and I think you're making the point for me. My only tweak to the system would be average points per event that you played in, because that would hurt the guys who played every week and sucked every week, and it would help the guys who are fill-in players and only got 2 points in the one start that they got. That would put them ahead of the guy who got 4 total points in 13 events.
Minkyu Kim finished second. this week in Korea. It's the only event he's played. He's
And it's
in
the only one he will.
dead
And it's the only one
last
he'll play. Yeah, and it's the only one he'll play.
with 0 points, right?
Right.
But Ketrup, right? He has played in every event and he has scored no points. So, yeah, he should be in dead last. Lee Westwood has played in every single event, has scored no points upon finish. He should be in dead last.
Anthony Kim, same exact thing.
And,
Played
well,
every event.
I mean, Anthony Kim, they let him play because, like, let's be honest, okay? Like, it's an experiment, but it's like he doesn't have a
Failed.
team. He's just
Failed
playing.
experiment. Failed experiment.
An experiment.
Yeah.
Listen, the nice thing about an experiment is that you're expecting, you don't need it to be successful or otherwise. It's just an experiment. You're trying to see what the result is, and the result is he's not who he used to be. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's a
We
great guy.
appreciate his interactions and his follow and him following us and stuff like that. But like, he's just not playing the way he used to, and that happens. Neither is Tiger. That's okay.
Yeah, neither one of them played for like 14 years. You know what I mean? I know. Well, we got the PGA Championship in a week, so and then we can talk about it after Bryson wins.
Then we have to replay. Then we have to replay our disaster that is Myrtle Beach trip
and we do have to replay our disastrous Myrtle Beach
the week after.
All right, Bryson. We're definitely going to do this whole entire show about how great Bryson is and how he answered Cheech's question flat to his face. Is he a choke artist? No, he is not. Closed the deal, got pushed all the way through to the end by his teammate, Charles Howell III. He drilled an incredible putt, challenged the water, even when he had the tournament in the bag on 18. Still took the ball like over the furthest point of the water off the tee on 18. And all he needed to do was, bogey the hole to win. Great performance by Bryson. Awesome event. A hack for those of you who want to try to watch Asia LIV golf events. Go to bed and then set your alarm for like 2 a.m., 2:30 in the morning. And then you get up and you see the best. You see the best part of the tournament. You see the last 8 holes. It was amazing. Worked for me, sort of. I'm still a little tired, but we'll get through it. When this event started, one in the world, pretty much, except for us, was questioning whether Bryson could actually close out a lead going into the final round because he hadn't done it yet. It's been a long time. 588 days, which was so surprising to me. Since his last individual win on LIV back in 2023, he won twice. Greenbrier, of course, 58, and his home away from home, Chicago. He had 2 wins that year, no wins last year. And I think now he has 3 top 5s. He says that he's playing his best golf of his life. I say this is the perfect time because I picked you to win the PGA and the US Open. So perfect timing. Cheech, do you want to go back to your pick for the PGA and change it to Bryson?
So to be
Who did I
fair,
pick for the PGA?
Cheech was not here for that episode, so I don't have a record of his picks.
Perfect. Even better.
To be fair,
you got a free shot now. You could take Bryson and everyone. We could just say you said at the beginning of the season.
That's a lot of editing for you, Aaron. So, PGA. They're playing that where? They're playing that at Quail Hollow.
They're playing in Charlotte.
I didn't have time to do research because I'm.
Yeah.
And the U.S. Open's at Oakmont, right?
And the U.S. Open's at Oakmont.
I think I'll say this. He wins one of those 2 this year. I don't think he'll win both of them. I think he wins one of the 2.
So shoot, bud.
Shoot your shot, bro. Yeah, come on.
I think he goes back to back at the U.S. Open. I think he wins at Oakmont and wins back to back U.S. Opens to shut everybody up.
And I'm more confident in him winning the U.S. Open than I am the PGA because of how special that moment was for him last year, holding the trophy, going around the entire country, late night shows, showing up in, walking down the street with the U.S. Open trophy for the entire summer. That moment was like his hello golf world. This is me, Bryson. I'm the people's champion. You can like me or not. It doesn't matter anymore because here's my trophy. Touch it, bitch. Like that's kind of the summer that he had. And I think when he gets, because when we get there, it's going to be all about can Bryson repeat. Last year with Bryson. It's not going to be like that going into the PGA. PGA is going to be all about Rory. It's going to be, all about now Scotty. who, we can say is Masters champion, but let's see him, find another course where he can win a big time major championship at. And I don't know, I'm not saying he can't win, but I'm just saying like they're gonna, these things start to bubble up when these events come around. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of Bryson this, Bryson that going into the PGA, despite the fact that he just won in Korea. I think a lot more Rory, a lot more Scotty. Who won the PGA last year?
Xander.
Wasn't it
Xander.
Schauffele?
Yeah.
Xander Schauffele. Yeah.
And no one's talking about him either. So
Cheech, who's your pick for PGA?
I'll give you a PGA pick and I'll give you a LIV pick. On the PGA Tour side, I hate to say this, but Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas always plays well at that course. He won one of his U.S. Opens at that golf course, and you guys are gonna hate it because this pick fucked me in our picks. But Brooks, don't ever sleep on Brooks in a major. So put me down for Brooks for the our picks. He's got to wake up one of these. I see you shaking your head, Aaron. He's got to wake up one of these.
I just don't see it. He has not played well. He obviously miscut at Augusta. It just has not really been, ultra competitive in the league this year. And is he just gonna now all of a sudden, like another year since his last major championship, or his last big moment or whatever you want to call it, like now all of a sudden he's gonna turn it back on again? I don't know. I don't have as much faith in Brooks as you do.
Can I say something going back to this week? This weekend that you guys didn't talk about. What about Talor Gooch's performance this week? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, he finally decided to show up. I think that's great.
That's your boy, Aaron. I need you to tell me something, man.
No.
What did you see in this game?
Aaron's clearly a bandwagon. Anybody that's doing well, Aaron just rides their coattails. I'm surprised he isn't just gobbling up Joaquin Neiman as much as he used to gobble up Talor Gooch.
Listen, I love Waco. He's my number 2.
Bullshit. You've never said that ever.
No, Gooch is actually Jerome will pull up. Jerome will pull up the numbers right now. Gooch has been competitive, I want to say 3 consecutive events now. He had a top 13. I'm going to say
okay.
12 and 13.
You know what? Hold on. Before we
third.
get into it, Cheech, what do you consider a competitive finish in LIV? Top 6?
15.
Top 10?
Top 15.
That's the top third of the event. That's bullshit. That's not competitive.
That's pretty competitive.
I would go top 5.
Well, I mean, no one's in the top 5 every fucking event. You guys are wild.
Except for Joaquin and Bryson.
Right. I mean, you're talking the top 3 players.
John
You're talking the top 3 players in the league. Well, you can't have a league with only 3 good players. That's crazy.
So Gooch finished tied for 13th in Mexico City, and in Miami. Tied for.
And a 3rd place finish this week. He's right there, right? 3rd place.
He's right there for what?
He's going to be in the lock zone.
He was tied for 29th in Singapore.
Anyway, we will do our PGA Championship preview show next week where we'll pick, just like we tried to do last year, 1 LIV, 1 PGA guy. And we'll come at you with some hot takes. Jerome's going to take Ludwig Aberg and Bryson, and Cheech already gave us his picks. So there's only going to be 2 of us really have to pick. I mean, come on, let's be real. You guys you're like open books. We know where your brains are at.
That's fine. I'm not upset about it.
Anyway, Cheech.
Did I not pick Xander Schauffele to win the PGA last year?
I was going to say, Cheech,
so
you got big shoes to fill. Your own shoes this year. Cheech, best golf moment from your quick weekend in and out South Carolina.
Jesus Christ. Best golf thing? Well, I didn't get chased by an alligator this time, so that's a good thing.
Sounds like a win.
On Friday, I holed out from behind the green to push our match for dinner.
There you go.
Which is pretty cool. Blind shot, didn't see it. I hit it too far. It was almost like my hole in one. Landed it too far, came right down the hill, rolled right down, hit the pin, went right in.
Nobody else saw it either. He just walked up and picked up the ball, and that was it.
Look at this. Jerome, wrap it up.
Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, hit the bell in the corner to get notifications when we're posting. Comment below who you think is going to win the PGA Championship this year. Thank you so much for listening.
Last word, Cheech?
Nope. No more words. Time for me to go back to bed.
Let's get the fuck out of here.